Welcome, everybody, to the Three Amigops podcast, where three friends talk about the best shit that mattered each week, whether it be movies, gaming, or Interstellar getting snubbed at the Oscars. I'm your host, Justin, and with me we have Danny.
What up, though?
And Matt.
Hello there.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing swell. How about you?
I'm doing pretty peachy.
Peachy
I'm doing
keen.
all right. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling all right.
I feel like McConaughey.
Yeah, I felt like McConaughey last night when he had that award.
When he won Best Actor, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset that Nicolas Cage got snubbed this year, but, you know,
Yeah.
it happens.
Dude, same with Leo.
Yo, man, yeah, same.
Yeah, there were a lot of snubs at the Oscars. The Oscars, oh my god.
The Oscars? Yes, that's what they're called.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage, though, is going to be in a new movie. And
Really?
Yeah, but we'll talk about that later.
Nice.
I think we should start with the Oscars, because
Yeah.
it just matters.
Yes, because it happened yesterday.
Just for a little bit of context, we're recording this the day after the Oscars, so this is Monday.
Yes.
The Oscars were last night, and they were pretty, what you'd expect. Nothing
Yeah,
really
I thought they were really
surprising.
predictable. Like, just about all the awards that, there weren't many upsets. That's the best way to describe it.
I think the only unexpected awards were some for Whiplash, which I think it totally deserved,
yes.
but everything else was pretty much on par.
Well, yes, I loved Whiplash, personally.
You guys know I have a mega hard-on for Whiplash.
Yo, absolutely. I have a hard-on for that movie, too.
I think you just wish that you were cast as my,
Yo, J.K. Simmons
Andrew
gave
Neiman
me,
in that movie.
when I was sitting in the theater and J.K. Simmons came on, he was screaming at a bunch of kids. I just got a boner, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. When Denny wished that he was Andrew Neiman in his letter to J.K. Simmons.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was the thing. But I think we should basically go through each award. Just tell us your thoughts.
Yeah.
I know, Matt, you didn't watch the Oscars, right?
I didn't watch the Oscars, and I didn't watch a lot of the movies that you guys did, so I feel like I'm not going to be able to contribute as much. Like
You saw some of the movies that we saw.
I did
with
see
us.
some. Like I saw Whiplash. I saw like Big Hero 6, which ended up winning.
You saw Imitation Game with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I think mostly you saw a decent amount of the pictures.
I did see a decent amount.
Well, the show started off with Neil Patrick Harris doing that amazing moving pictures
Which was amazing.
scene, which I thought it was great. I haven't actually seen an intro to an Oscars ceremony that was that good.
Like, can we just agree that everything that Neil Patrick Harris does is like amazing at this point?
Yeah.
I don't know about last night. I thought Neil Patrick Harris was very okay.
No, I thought he was good for the most part. I think that the only
The
thing
opening number was amazing. That was really good.
I think he had some
Everything
jokes.
after that was just kind of like okay-ish. I felt like he kind of dialed back.
He had some jokes that didn't really hit, but he also
that Oprah joke though. Oh god, that was
but
cringeworthy.
I think the only thing that was just like really wasn't funny was the Oscar predictions, which I think it was kind of, but I think that was trying to show something else. But I'll get to that later. But I thought the opening thing was great with Anna Kendrick showing the Into the Woods, but it was great. But the first award of the night was supporting actor, which obviously went to J.K. Simmons, no question.
That was that was probably that was the one award that we knew he was gonna win. That was the one really big lock of the show. I mean, there were a couple others too, but that one was just like, all right, nobody else is gonna win that award. I feel bad for everybody else in that category because
so good in that.
I feel bad for everybody else in that category because they have to go to like 1,000 dinners and 1,000 ceremonies just to lose every single time.
Yeah,
I mean, they're probably just like, ooh, free food.
He was locked in at every award show, and it was just a guaranteed win.
Pretty much. But besides that, what else was awarded?
Are you going in chronological order of the show, Justin?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through each award.
Okay.
Best costume went to Grand Budapest Hotel, along with best makeup.
Has anyone seen Grand Budapest besides me?
I haven't actually, but I hear it's pretty good.
I'm actually planning on watching it this week.
It's on HBO Go, and I watched it probably like a month ago. And I actually really liked it because I've never seen a Wes Anderson movie, and like just looking at Wes Anderson movies, they look very like his movies look like they have such an acquired taste. Like,
Yeah, they're very interesting and unique in the way
But I
that they
feel like-
approach it.
I feel like that movie, Grand Budapest, is probably like the most accessible if you're not really like a Wes Anderson film because it's a fairly conventional movie, but it's got like that touch of Wes Anderson. Like it's very quirky and it's very stylish, and I really liked it. It was pretty good. Probably one of like my top 2 or 3 out of the nominees.
Yeah, I've heard great things about the movie, but I just haven't gotten around to seeing it.
Very good movie.
Best foreign language film was Ida, which I
haven't
heard
seen
was
a foreign language movie.
it was basically
I've
predictable.
heard that was good.
Let's be honest, nobody ever watches the foreign language movies. It's just there
Yeah.
because you kind of have to.
Yeah, it was actually locked in to win from every prediction site I saw, so it wasn't really surprised. Best live action short film was The Phone Call,
I've never heard of that either.
which I hadn't heard of.
I haven't heard of any three of the nominees.
The best documentary was Crisis Hotline, which I hadn't heard of either.
Again, I didn't hear of it either. Like, usually if there's like a big documentary that like a lot of people were talking about, then it's like usually that's the one that wins, but I really didn't have any particular one that I knew about. So
Yeah, I didn't hear about any of these five either.
Yeah.
these riveting pieces of informative, film
Absolutely.
and such.
Sound mixing went to Whiplash, which I
Yes.
thought
Oh yeah, absolutely.
you
That-
have
You
you
know
have
what
to give an award. To
You know what I'm
Whiplash.
still mad at
What?
to this very day is that Crispy says that he hated that movie. We went to go see the movie. Me, Justin, and him went to go see that movie, and he was like, "I don't like it. It's just not a good movie." And I'm like, "You fucking piece
I
of
was
shit.
talking
I
to him
hate
about
you."
that, and you want to know what text he sent me? He said that, "Oh, I would have appreciated it a lot better if R. Lee Ermey was the one playing the instructor." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like,
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, that was my second time seeing the film, and it got better just further into it.
I'm getting the Blu-ray for it tomorrow because it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow. So
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I hope you watching it tomorrow night.
Pick up Whiplash. Yeah, but I thought that was a deserved award.
Definitely.
For sound editing, American Sniper won.
I would say yeah.
surprised.
That was a good movie.
That was yeah.
Yeah.
The sound,
Yeah,
no, the sound in that movie was fantastic.
I think
Yeah.
the sound is subtle, but it's very good, especially like the sound before the credits, like the music. I thought it was very well done. It kind of just
Like it wasn't.
sets
It
the
was.
tone.
It was a good movie. Like people aren't giving it as much credit as I think it does. It got a lot of like praise and stuff,
Yeah,
which was unexpected. But it was a really good movie. Obviously not the best like overall movie if you look
Yeah.
at like Oscar nominees, but like a really solid film in general.
Pardon
I
my
think, like-
ignorance, but is there a difference between sound editing and sound mixing? Like, what distinguishes it? Like,
I think sound mixing is like where you're like cutting different music into one another. While sound
Okay.
editing, you're just editing music into a film.
Yeah.
Because Whiplash was more of a film about music, like and had music playing throughout the entire thing. While American Sniper had those, it was an actual film.
Like they were
It didn't-
incorporating the music into the actual like.
because just
movie
looking at the
itself.
nominees right now, the two lists are exactly the same, except in sound mixing there's Interstellar, and in sound editing there's The Hobbit.
Yeah. Because Interstellar had a score basically running throughout it.
Yeah.
But talking about American Sniper, we'll get more into this during the Best Picture talk. But I think it was a good movie that was kind of overhyped. It didn't really deserve as many awards that it was nominated for.
Well, it was
But-
it was like presented like overall as like it was going to be this big like complex like psychological piece of like, oh, it's going to question your perception. It was a pretty decent military movie from what I could say. Like you have different movies that kind of like represent like the different wars, and I'd say this is a good indication of like this particular war's movie. Like you have that, and like what was it like? Is there any other notable movie that involves like the war in Afghanistan?
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's also what was that movie last year that came out with Mark Wahlberg?
I don't remember. So
Lone Survivor.
obviously it doesn't
Lone
matter.
Survivor.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that
I have a very long opinion about American Sniper that I'll talk about when we get to Best Picture.
Okay.
But the next award was supporting actress, which went to Patricia Arquette from Boyhood, and I thought that was another lock-in. She
That
was fantastic.
that was a pretty good lock.
Oh yeah.
She-
So I feel like you should talk about your opinion about Boyhood now because you both have watched it. I never got to
Cool.
watch it.
Have it on Blu-ray.
We'll do that during the Best Picture talk, but
Yeah.
But-
I thought that Patricia Arquette in the movie was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah, one of the better parts.
She
Her and
was
Ethan Hawke-
phenomenal.
Her and Ethan Hawke, they were fantastic.
Mhm.
Two of the
Yeah.
two best acting performances in that movie.
I think that she deserved that award. Like,
All right, this is coming from
immeasurable.
somebody who hasn't seen the movie, but I hear that the acting kind of falls off towards the end, except for a couple of characters. Like there are particular actors that really don't live up to others.
Well, there's a method to the acting in that movie, but
Yeah.
like I said, I will get into this. It's
damn,
It's
just
not
I
really
don't.
the main actors. It's all it has to do a lot with like the kids. Like
I have a lot
lot
to
of-
say on this matter,
Yeah.
but I don't want to really get into it now because we have a lot to get through.
Okay.
But
we'll talk about each film's like our opinions on them when we get to Best Picture, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Justin and I have seen every Best Picture except for like I've seen everything except for one, and Justin's seen everything except for two, right?
yes.
What was it, like Selma?
No, I saw Selma. I
I've
didn't
seen
see
Selma.
The Theory of
That's the only
Everything,
one I've
and I didn't see the Grand Budapest Hotel, but I saw everything else. So we have someone who has seen every Best Picture film. But next up, we have visual effects, which went to Interstellar,
Wow.
which
Shocker.
I
I was
say-
really pulling for Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in this one. I really wanted
Same.
the apes to get it.
When I saw that, I was like, it's gonna go between Planet of the Apes because that CGI was amazing in that movie.
Yeah, no, that was really
or
good.
Interstellar, just because, again, that CGI was amazing in that. It's so trippy.
yeah, and there's no green screens in Interstellar, which was another phenomenal feat. And
Phenomenal. Christopher
saw-
Nolan does it again.
I saw the internet blow up last night when they won that award after everyone was like, Interstellar got snubbed at the Oscars, and then it won that one award, and everyone flipped.
They circle jerked over it.
Yeah.
Specifically
Absolutely.
in the movie Circle Jerk subreddit, which is probably the greatest subreddit alive. If you've
Greatest
never heard of it.
subreddit of all time. Everybody go to, how would you say it? Just movie circle jerk.
Movies,
The subreddit
circle jerk.
Movie Circle Jerk.
Yeah.
And you can
shout
talk
out.
about how Christopher Nolan is a genius.
It's the greatest subreddit of all time because the background is just like everybody like Circle Jerks Tarantino and Christopher Nolan and Leo. It's such an amazing fucking subreddit. It's just I laugh. All the
I
time.
have posted in that subreddit once, and it was about how Interstellar changed my life. And then
yeah.
someone responded to that post.
With like a novel of a reply.
Yeah. He took my post and expanded it into a novel, and
Yeah.
it made me feel something.
Beautiful.
That's what I had to
appreciated the
say.
nominations in this category for X-Men and Guardians though.
Yeah, I
They
think that.
got nominated, guys.
Guardians got 3 nominations, I think.
I heard a few people talking about how Captain America got nominated over Edge of Tomorrow, whereas Captain America didn't really have much effects other than the finale of the movie, where Edge of Tomorrow was constant effects. But I really don't have much to say on the matter.
Well, I still feel bad because of all the Marvel movies, like ever since they started like Marvel up again with like Iron Man, I would say, and then they just kind of continued from there. That's the one movie besides that and the original Thor that I haven't seen. And I kind of feel bad about that.
I didn't
Captain
see Edge of
America,
Tomorrow,
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I never saw Winter Soldier for some reason, even though everybody's like, "Oh, it's better than the first one," and I saw the
Winter
first
Soldier is fantastic, and I actually we should see that movie when I come home. In
one.
a
Yeah,
few
let's
weeks.
do that.
I have the movie sitting right here.
Are you,
It's not
like,
that the first movie's like
stroking it?
bad. It's just that like the first movie feels very cheesy.
It's a solid movie. It's nothing like special, but
Yeah, it's nothing you wouldn't expect out of the movie. Like it's a very like by the numbers origin story.
Except for the part where he wakes up and he's like, "You've been asleep for 70 years."
Oh yeah, that was
yeah.
no the
What
oh
a
my God.
twist!
One of the hardest times I've cringed during a movie where I think it's like the nurse asks him like, or no, he says to the nurse, he's like, "I was at this baseball game."
I remember that. I was like, "Really?"
I'm like,
Of
oh,
all the things.
The 1990
They had
Captain
one
America.
job. They could have been like, "Oh, you've been asleep for 2 years." No,
Yeah.
so they could have just like did things, but no, they were like, "No, let's just overlap it completely."
Captain
Well,
America,
I don't
dude.
think they're gonna
Exactly.
research his history. So nobody ever asked him about what
I'm just saying, if
baseball
I was
games
in
he had been
charge
to as
of
a kid.
keeping, if I was in charge of keeping Captain America back in the 40s, I would have done a better job. Because it took like him like 10 seconds to figure it out.
Yeah, basically, he listened to the radio. It was
And
like,
how
there's
is he
something
able
wrong
to
here.
distinguish like every baseball game that's ever been played? And he's just like, I remember this game.
How is there a Shield headquarters in the middle of Times Square?
Hey, you know what, man?
Question.
Hey, let's not poke plot holes at Captain America and poke plot holes at other movies.
Yeah, I guess. Like,
Dude, he still owes Agent Carter that dance.
true.
God
That's
Yeah.
a show I haven't watched, Agent Carter.
I'm gonna get around to it. I have to watch that in Agents of Shield one day.
Anyway, so what else?
Yeah, so back to the Oscars.
Okay. Best animated short went to Feast.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Which was
That
the only one I
amazing.
saw out of it because we saw Big.
Yeah, it was right in front of Big Hero 6, so of course it won.
Yeah. It was right before Big Hero 6.
But to be
and
fair, it was very good.
the second it came on, I thought it was gonna be great because
All Disney shorts.
The guy
The
was
Disney
like,
shorts
so
are always
depressed
good,
in it.
and the one before Wreck-It Ralph, Paperman, was very good. So I assumed that Feast would be just as good, but I did not expect it to go that
Was
depressing
Paperman
route.
the one in front of Big? No, not Big Hero. Like,
Wreck-It Ralph? Yeah.
He just
Okay.
said
we,
that.
we all saw
I
that
just
movie
said
together
that.
too. I remember that.
Yeah.
During the middle of what was it? Hurricane Sandy, right?
Yeah, right after that.
Katrina?
Yeah. Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Sorry, New Orleans.
But
Rest in
anyway, the
peace.
second it
I
got
remember we had to, like,
depressing,
What was it? There was like nobody at that theater because we were like, why did we even go see that movie? Like, people were like lining up to go get like just to have gas for the next like 3 or 4 days, and we're just like, you know what? We're gonna go see Wreck-It Ralph instead, instead of leaving our
Well,
homes where we're safe.
me and Matt had wanted to see the movie, and you were
Yeah.
like, all right, I guess I'll go see it just because I'm into video games and stuff.
To be fair, absolutely worth it. Loved it.
Yeah, that was a great film.
Sarah Silverman,
thought it was
great,
good.
phenomenal voice actress.
Very good film. But anyway, Feast. It got really depressing really fast, and I did not expect it to go that route. And
Dude,
it
Disney
was-
can get depressing when they want to. Have you ever seen Up?
Have you ever seen a Disney movie? I can name a few: Tarzan,
All right,
Lion
you can-
King. You know,
All right, I see where you go.
very depressing.
Yo, man.
But I thought Feast was great.
Yeah, but there weren't enough sexual innuendos in this movie.
Oh.
What, in Big Hero 6 or in Feast?
All of the above.
Okay then. Best
You know, like in The
animated.
Lion King, the greatest movie ever made from Disney.
You mean how it says "Sex in the Sky"?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the thing in Shrek that we discovered about a month ago.
Oh my god, we need to talk about that.
Wait, what?
Talk about it right now. That's why I brought it up.
Okay. We were watching Shrek about
Oh, yeah.
A month ago.
I remember that. Yeah.
and we
Lord
we decided
Farquaad.
it was on TV,
Which I didn't
and-
realize was supposed to be like a joke. Like his name's supposed to be Lord Fuckwad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we hadn't seen the movie in years, so we are like, why don't we watch it? It's a good movie, and we like to make fun of Shrek
It
because
was on like TBS or something. It was on
the Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life video is
Oh,
just
yeah.
phenomenal, and Shrek is just the best thing ever.
His life.
So we're watching the movie, and Farquaad is sitting in his bed sipping wine, asking the mirror to show Fiona again, and he shows it.
Just pops a boner.
Farquaad sips
Pops a boner.
he
like,
sips the wine,
looking at his dick, and he's
sighs.
like, yep, I'm aroused right now. It's
Freaks
like,
out.
It was pretty bad.
He
And then
pulls up
looks
his
on-
sheet, or he pulls up like his comforter. He's like,
yeah,
Ooh. Oh, my.
yeah. and,
like we were crying, laughing, like we never noticed that when we were kids.
It's like going back to a SpongeBob episode and being able to get a reference you didn't get when you were a kid. And it's like, oh my god, this
Exactly.
show's amazing, or this movie's amazing.
I noticed the Farquaad thing, and I'm like, guys, did that really just happen? And they're like, what?
I
And
missed
I'm
it at
like,
first. I think it was on my laptop or something, and then
Yeah.
Oh,
just
yeah.
rewinds
Like,
it. Next
we
thing I
need
know,
to
I'm
rewind
crying
this.
laughing 'cause of-
We need to go back.
Oh.
Yeah, but that movie, multiple sexual innuendos. Did not realize that.
Also, Cameron Diaz and Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Where have they been?
Eddie Murphy was at the Oscars last night.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
He kind of just was depressing and presented one thing, which he didn't really have to do anything for. Cause
I
he was
mean,
already-
isn't his career depressing at this point? Because like he doesn't
like-
need to do anything. Isn't he the most paid actor?
He's
Actually,
like, I think he's
they
the
said he
sixth-
was like
the
in like the
sixth.
top like 5 or
Yeah,
something like
I
that.
think he's like
no,
the fifth or sixth.
based
most
because
paid
of
actor.
Shrek. I think he's like the top
Yeah,
actor.
Shrek 2, he made like I forget how much.
Too much money.
He
Too
made
much money
a
for one
lot of
person to
money from
actually
Shrek
earn
2.
from that.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Best animated film went to Big Hero 6 last night. Which
You know who should have won
actually
that? The Lego
surprised me.
Movie.
Yeah, Lego Movie. Why did it win? I don't. Was it nominated? Please tell me it was at least
Everything
nominated.
is not awesome, Matt. Everything is not awesome.
Everything is awesome. Don't tell me otherwise.
No, everything is not awesome because last night's Oscars were very depressing because every presenter in their speech pointed out some issue with the world.
Oh
Either it
yeah,
be
I remember seeing like a
feminism
picture of this. I
or
was like, this is depressing.
blacks being incarcerated or suicide or anything.
Blacks
and
being
it
incarcerated,
just-
suicide. The only one that was acceptable was who's the guy who won Best Actor?
Oh, Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah, he brought attention to the condition that Stephen Hawking
Yeah,
had.
but-
It was like that's understandable because the whole movie is about like his transition
and
into
Julianne
that.
Moore talked about ALS.
And that makes
Or
sense, too.
Alzheimer's. Not ALS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ALS of all
the
time.
ALS is the thing. God damn it, Justin.
Lou Gehrig's disease. Yeah. But anyway, Big Hero
Justin,
6.
who is Lou Gehrig? Can you tell me?
Yeah, baseball player.
Basketball
Who
player.
do you play for?
The Celtics.
The Yankees.
The Celtics. He plays for the Celtics. That's right.
Yeah. Big Hero 6 was not expecting this. I actually
Yeah, this
saw a
is
lot of
actually one of the,
people
like, the
talking
bigger
about How to Train Your Dragon
But
2.
to be fair, if an animated movie had to win that wasn't the Lego movie, it would be Big Hero 6. I love that movie.
I was
Yeah.
expecting How to Train Your Dragon 2 just because it won the Golden Globe.
And it won a lot of awards. Big Hero 6 hadn't been that recognized,
Well,
I think, in the award
First
season.
Marvel movie to receive an Oscar.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, which was kind of weird. I mean, I thought Big Hero 6 was a good movie. I didn't think it was anything
It was very
crazy.
quirky.
It was very safe. Like, there wasn't much... It was very predictable. There wasn't much attempted in terms of new fluidity or any style. It was kind of just
A very
standard story.
solid movie.
Yeah, it was good.
But
Or
it
never-
was, I just like the characters. It was a little bit over the top, I would say, for an animated movie.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6 was also the only movie I saw in this category, so...
I think it had a great Stan Lee cameo, though.
Of course. Oh my god. It was. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, he played, like, the guy's dad at the end.
Yeah, T.J. Miller's dad.
That was so perfectly timed. Of course, he has to have his cameo in every single one of these movies.
Because he's, like, made all the characters for all the movies.
He is
He
the
is
Marvel character.
the Marvel character. I'm waiting for a Stan Lee comic to become a thing, and it's
Yeah.
just gonna be following Stan Lee around.
Could somebody make a movie about Stan Lee, and the whole movie is just about all the times he's made cameos in all the Marvel movies?
I feel
Someone
like
make a montage of Stan Lee.
Birdman was a full-length Stan Lee cameo.
Oh?
We'll get into that. Best production design went to the Grand Budapest Hotel,
Yeah, I can
which
understand that.
again, I think it deserved it.
I mean, it just seems like a very stylized movie, so of course it would win a lot of these awards.
Yeah. I don't really have much more to say on the subject. But best cinematography, I think Birdman deserved this award. I think it
Yeah.
was the only award that Birdman actually deserved for the night. Maybe best
Ooh,
actor.
shots fired. Pew pew.
But I think the cinematography was the best part of the movie, and it made the movie watchable.
I didn't even know that the movie was, like, designed to be, like, shown in one take until I saw the movie. I'm like, wow, this is actually really cool.
Wait, it was done in one take?
Yeah, the
No, no,
movie
no,
is
it's,
the movie is filmed to look like it's in one take, and it's just one continuous shot.
Oh, so it's like that Taylor Swift music video.
Sure, I don't know what
Want
you're
to
talking
elaborate a
about.
little more? You know, like the name of the Taylor Swift video?
No.
Also, none of us here
What are you
watched it.
talking? What are you talking about?
All I remember is that in one Taylor Swift music video for a song that I don't remember, it was like a continuous take, and they ended up being like, it was the worst experience of my life because we just had to keep doing it
Well, they
over
didn't shoot. They
and
didn't
over
shoot the
again.
movie in one take. What happened was
Yeah.
like they would shoot the movie in like 10-minute takes, and they would just edit it so that it looked like it was all one take.
And they actually
Like the camera would move around because like 90% of the movie takes place in like a Broadway theater.
So can we agree that they ripped off Taylor Swift in that?
Yeah, sure.
probably not. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure.
Taylor
we'll go
Swift should have
along
won
with
that award.
Totally. There was actually a Birdman reference and a Whiplash reference by Neil Patrick Harris last night.
Oh,
when
that
he
was
got,
amazing.
He got
That
locked
was
out of
my
his
favorite part of the
room,
show.
and he had to walk on stage in his boxers, and they had the continuous shot down the hallway. And then
That was
he-
amazing. And then you see
he
Miles
told-
Teller playing the drums.
and he's like, not quite my tempo. And he just walks on
great.
stage in his tidy whities, and I was crying.
That was amazing.
That's
That
great.
was so funny.
That sounds amazing.
But the guts it must take to walk on stage in your tidy whities for millions of people, like across the country and across the world watching.
What are we in
your
middle
show.
school? You still calling them tidy whities?
They are tidy whiteys. He was wearing
That scene
tidy
with Michael
whities.
Keaton, I'm pretty sure they shot them. They shot that in the middle of Times Square. So
Yeah, they
that's
did,
the
and
balls.
they had to have a. I actually heard they used a marching band that they made really loud, distract people, so he could go through. But a lot of people still saw him, but it wasn't as many because.
I mean,
of the band.
just imagine if you're walking in the middle of Times Square and you see Michael Keaton just walking around in his fucking underwear, like, just like, dude, is that Batman?
Yeah, I'm Batman. Yeah.
Hit me.
But I think
Swear to me.
the cinematography of Birdman was great.
I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Yeah. Birdman was wearing hockey pants. Best film editing went to Whiplash last night.
Yes.
Whiplash was edited so perfectly.
I thought this was kind of an upset too. I really thought Boyhood was going to take this award.
I actually thought it was gonna go to Whiplash.
You
but
know, when I think of Whiplash, I don't really think of the editing as what stood out to me. So I'm kind of surprised that would actually have won.
if you just think about how well the scenes flowed together and how the movie felt like very quick,
Like cutting from his face to the drums. Like,
Yeah.
Like the,
I do
And
have
how-
to admit, like, when he was, like, playing, the editing was very, like, you could definitely, like, feel the pressure.
Mm-hmm. The
watching
movie
that. It was like you
was
felt his pain.
tense.
His hands bled as he played the drum. His dream, his passion. That's all he knew.
The movie's designed to give you whiplash.
Oh.
Ironic as it sounds.
Hey,
see what you
LMAO.
did there?
Yeah, but the editing was really good. Best documentary feature was Citizen 4, which I heard was very good. About
I haven't seen any of
Edward
those
Snowden.
movies, but I like the treason joke at the end by Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, Edward Snowden.
He actually did an AMA on Reddit today.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
Edward Snowden, the and,
I just wanted to be-
I believe the director.
I just wanted to be the one guy to, like, comment in that and just kind of ask, like, how his day was. Like,
How was
people
your
were
day?
like, oh, NSA, oh, the corruption in the government. I'm like, you know, how have you been? How have you been adjusting since you left your home country and you were, like, tried as, like, a criminal?
That's a solid question.
I just wanted to know, like, how has he been? Like, did he find himself, like, a nice apartment, settled down, you know, just...
How's Russia?
Have you met Vladimir Putin? Do you love him? The answer is yes.
In Mother Russia. Anyway,
Yeah.
best song last night went to Glory from Selma.
And then they brought up the fucking.
I really don't like the fact that I really think Whiplash should have just won. Just Whiplash.
But Whiplash wasn't up for
I
best
don't-
song.
care.
There's no
No,
original
Whiplash.
music in Whiplash.
Nope,
I think-
Whiplash. Definitely Whiplash. No, I remember there was another.
Nobody
person
sings
was
in Whiplash
nominated.
at all.
I
Everything
think
is
there was
Awesome was nominated for this as well
No,
as
there was
Glory.
there was another song that I kept thinking should win instead of Glory.
There wasn't anything big. There were smaller songs.
There was that song that Adam Levine did in Begin Again where he sounded like shit when he performed it.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "This
Sounded
is
like
from
somebody
a
was
movie."
fucking grabbing his balls when he played. He sounded like a
Yeah.
prepubescent child.
Yeah, that's.
Wait, he doesn't normally sound like that?
He
I don't know,
used
we have
to
those
not
similar
sound
vibes.
like that. Recently, he has been sounding like that.
So wait, he got the
But anyway, there was a very good performance of Everything is Awesome last night by The Lonely Islands. And it was really cool. And they gave out
Tegan and Sara.
Lego Oscars to everyone except Leonardo DiCaprio, who I don't even think was at the Oscars last night.
No, he wasn't. They would have showed him if he was.
Yeah.
and they would have just snuffed him again.
I saw someone on Reddit.
I feel like they're just
thought-
making it a joke at this point. Like they're just never gonna give it to him until it's like, oh, he like gets into a freak accident in the last movie. They're just gonna be like, yeah, no matter what role, they're just gonna give it to him.
Well, he might have a good chance of winning it next year because you guys know what the next movie he's in.
No.
He's in a movie called The Revenant, and I don't know too much about the plot of the movie, but I remember it's directed by the guy that directed Birdman,
Oscar bait.
Inarritu.
Oscar
It's not,
bait.
it's not Oscar bait. Well, I don't know. I can't say that yet, but it doesn't sound like Oscar bait.
Alejandro
I know it's my
Inarritu.
Alejandro González Inarritu.
Oh, that's pretty fancy.
Inarritu.
That name just flows off the tongue.
It's like
Yeah. I had to write
Viagra
it
to
down.
the ears.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
it's called The Revenant, and it's about what's it? It's Leonardo just plays a badass. Or no,
Again?
here it is.
Ooh.
He plays a fur trapper mauled by a bear while hunting. His companions, Tom Hardy, Will Poulter, and Dom Hall Gleason, who's in Star Wars, rob him and leave him to die, but he survives and sets out to get revenge on the men who betrayed him.
Wow, that sounds intense. Also, Tom Hardy, shout out.
Also, how do you also, I didn't mention this. It takes place in the 19th century. How do you survive getting mauled by a bear in the 19th century? People lived after that.
You shoot your gun at them, and you let your intestines.
Do you realize
not
how many
fall out.
shots it takes from a gun to kill a bear?
One.
A lot.
In the head.
No, it doesn't.
If you do it the right angle.
If you shoot a bear in the head in the woods, doesn't make a sound.
Well,
Yes.
that depends if somebody was there or not, Justin.
That's a good point.
Also, that's a completely different analogy because you were talking about bears when it's actually about trees, Justin.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, you're excused.
Okay. Everything was awesome. Was good, but I think Glory was better. John Legend was great. I think that just the fact that everybody in the auditorium actually stood up.
I
not, please?
Okay, I was gonna stop after the first couple lines of the chorus, but
Yo, man.
go on. It's okay.
Okay. But anyway, everyone actually gave a standing ovation, and Chris Pine...
A standing
was-
masturbation? What?
Yeah, standing ovation.
Oh.
And Chris Pine was actually, like, bawling.
No, that
Along
was
with-
David Oyelowo.
No, Chris Pine was bawling. They showed Chris
So
Pine
was David
crying.
Oyelowo.
Yeah. Yeah,
David Oyelowo was like
crying,
he needed
too.
he needed some tissues.
Who is that?
Played Martin Luther King in Selma.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Well, I never saw that, so I
Sorry,
I
Martin
don't-
Luther King Jr., not the white one, back from like Britain.
Yes.
The black one from America.
He was... Wait, what?
Martin
Huh?
Luther King, you know, like the historical
Oh,
figure,
yeah, Martin
King.
Luther. Martin Luther.
Martin Luther.
Martin Luther.
Like,
You mean...
Protest-
oh,
Protestant
He is the
Reformation.
the
king.
guy...
He's the king,
The
though.
creator of the Protestant religion?
Yeah. That.
prostate.
Well, I mean, Martin Luther King Jr. had to be... So there had to be another Martin Luther King before him. Or at least a Martin King. Not
Yeah.
necessarily... So at
Okay.
least...
Okay.
Fuck it.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, no, we're not good.
I
But we're
dropped the
good.
subject.
Did you like Glory, Danny?
I've never heard Glory. Well, up until last night, I hadn't heard it, and
Yeah.
up until last night, I only heard Everything Is Awesome. But just hearing how they performed it, it sounded like a very, okay.
Motivation.
This song is about black people, so it needs to win.
Okay, because no black people were nominated for Best Actor.
That was fucking funny in the beginning when Neil Patrick Harris is just like, "Oh, we're celebrating the whitest, I mean brightest actors in the business today."
Yeah.
Didn't someone like Al Sharpton make like a huge deal out of like no black actors were nominated or anything like that? It was like
Even
shut
though the
up.
head of the Academy is a black woman,
Exactly. So I was like, shut the fuck up.
it's kind of weird. Let me see. Best score went to The Grand Budapest Hotel, which
Oh, boo! Interstellar.
I think Interstellar deserved that. I haven't
Snubbed.
seen Grand Budapest.
The music during the docking scene, it just. Oh.
Yeah. You just need to sometimes sit
That
down,
music just
put on
did
your
me dirty.
headphones, and play the Interstellar
I was
score.
really surprised that Gone Girl wasn't nominated for this.
Well, I think
Because,
there was a lack of Fincher at the awards. Like, Rosamund Pike was the
yeah.
only nomination for Gone Girl, right?
Yeah, that was.
I mean, David Fincher. Who is that guy? I mean,
Not even best adapted screenplay. Like, really?
who is David Fincher even? Like some nobody.
Yeah, he probably didn't do anything important
Hasn't won
in the last.
Oscar ever.
ever.
All his movies are shit.
David Fincher shit? Danny confirms.
I'm just kidding. I love you, David.
Oh, yeah. He may
I
be
mean,
my
if
favorite
David
director.
Fincher took a shit on your face, you'd probably have it like bronzed and keep it forever. And you'd be like,
Yeah,
this is a
let's go with
masterpiece.
that.
Yeah,
It would be
obviously.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'd sell myself to the Louvre.
Anyway, what else was that?
Okay. Original and adapted screenplays. Best original screenplay went to Birdman.
Yeah, I can live with it.
I was like, okay. And best adapted screenplay went to The Imitation Game, which was
Boo!
Oh
was real-
my god.
was
I
really
hate
surprising
this
because
song.
everyone was assuming this movie was actually not going to win an award at the show because there was no mention of the movie other than Benedict Cumberbatch talking a few times.
Boo.
They actually went to him early on in the show when he was drinking out of a alcohol container, and he's like mouthed "Go away" to the camera. When he just started,
Okay, so
drinking.
Danny, you need to tell us why you hate this movie. Because
Well, I don't hate this movie. I just
we
think
will
that
talk
it's-
about that because it's a best
Alright.
picture.
Oh, true.
Oh, okay. Justin saving the juicy details for later.
Saving all that succulent
Best
juice.
director went to Alejandro Inarritu, which
Inarritu?
I
really
whatever.
thought Linklater was gonna win this.
I think Linklater deserved this, if
Yeah, I
not
thought he
because
was- Yeah.
just what Linklater was able to do in the fact over 12 years he was able to maintain a cast and a movie and not have anything go wrong with it was phenomenal.
That seems very gimmicky to me.
It's not a gimmick because it
It's
was
such
filmed
a
over 12
gimmick.
years. It's not a gimmick.
It's absolutely a
I
gimmick.
will.
You could have literally made the same movie in like a month, but they're like, no, let's draw this out as long as possible.
It's not
You
drawn
can't do it in a
out.
month.
It's the characters.
actors would just-
each
you
year.
can't-
They were
you
only
can't hire
filmed
different actors.
for a few weeks each
Oh, you
year.
can't?
No, they were
No,
the
it's
same
not gonna be
actors
realistic.
each year for 12 years.
Yeah,
for a
the
few
whole
weeks.
point. That's the whole
Can you really
point.
tell a difference between what like a 6-year-old like version of him and like a 7-year-old version is? Like they're gonna look too different.
I feel like the movie wouldn't
Or
have been
you can just use the
anything
same
special.
person and just assume, yeah, they didn't grow up.
The movie would not have been anything special if it didn't do that.
Yeah, not really. But we still
But-
love the movie. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but I think it, Linklater obviously deserved director.
Yeah.
Best actor went to Eddie Redmayne, which I was
I
wonderfully
respect that.
surprised. I thought he was going to win, but I thought Keaton might have gotten it because Keaton had been kind of edging him out in a lot of other award shows, but I didn't know.
I
if
thought
I'd-
Keaton was gonna get it just because out of all the nominees, Keaton was the only person to not play not portray like a character that was based on somebody. Like Keaton's character was the only original character in Best Actor.
Yeah. I think Keaton's acting was great in the movie, but I think from what I've heard, Redmayne was just phenomenal.
I saw Theory of Everything. He was fantastic in that movie. He deserves it.
Yeah, and I love how when he was going up the stage, he like freaked out. He was like, "Oh my god!"
He freaked out. That was so amazing.
Oh yeah, that was the
Yeah.
one thing that I saw from the Oscars was
Because everyone's always so professional.
the
and
two
he-
things actually I saw was him winning the award in his acceptance speech and the Reese Witherspoon pun from Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah,
Of all the things I had to see.
her spoon. Yeah. But
You
anyway,
beat her up with her spoon, and then the audience is just like, "All right, that wasn't funny, but we'll clap anyways."
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not supposed to laugh at a pun. That's what makes it like.
there were
funny.
some pretty funny puns though. Some of them were very okay. Oh, this one about I'll get back to it later.
Oh, okay, thanks for leaving us.
Oh wow, yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it was.
There was this one.
It was Robert Duvall, where he was sleeping, but that was
Oh, that
funny.
was great.
Julianne Moore won Best Actress last night, which
I heard
was
she was a
locked in.
lock.
Oh yeah, I heard that
She was
like
a lock
a guarantee.
for that award. There was like no, anticipation.
No doubt,
It was
no
just
doubt.
like Julianne Moore is winning this award, and that's basically what happened. And I was like, okay.
You're like
And
respectable, respectable. Are we finally at the best picture yet?
Yes, Matt, we are at the Best Picture.
Finally,
Which
Jesus!
went-
It took almost 40 minutes, but we made it.
Which drum roll
Oh shit! Wow.
went to Birdman.
Oh damn!
Or
Yeah.
Turd Man.
Turd man.
Got
Third
him.
man.
Wow, my audio levels just spiked, so I'm gonna have to edit that. God damn it!
So, like I said before, I have seen all the Best Picture nominees except for Selma.
Okay,
Justin,
so can we
you've seen
just
all,
can we
you've seen all of them
individually,
except for you said Theory of Everything and Grand Budapest.
Grand Budapest, yeah.
Okay.
Birdman. I thought it was good.
Birdman.
It was a good movie.
It was
Ver-
alright. Those,
I thought that the scope of the movie, what the movie was trying to do, the cinematography, all very good. The acting was very good. But the movie itself isn't that good. It just kind of falls flat. The messages it's trying to portray are just muddled in the interfering themes that are trying to be
and the ending
portrayed
doesn't
throughout
help
the
either.
movie.
The ending does not help to
The
clear.
ending
The ending's
basically
just kind of like,
says-
oh, make up your own theme. It's like
The ending basically says that everything in the movie that tried to be something special was just Keaton trying to process everyone's thoughts towards him in his own mind throughout the entire movie, and it basically just makes the movie have no importance whatsoever, which is really weird. I haven't actually seen a movie before that had an ending that just ruined anything the movie was trying to achieve. But I think that the acting from Keaton, Norden, Emma Stone, they were all very good. I just
yeah,
think
they're all pretty good. I like them.
the movie as a whole was not that good of a movie.
I don't have any opinion on this, so let's move on. What other movies were nominated?
American Sniper.
Which
I mean,
I saw twice.
I mean,
You liked it that much?
I will not say the circumstances of why I saw it twice, but
Okay. American Sniper was good.
I mean,
it was alright,
it was never gonna win.
dude. But that acting by the fake baby.
Yo,
oh my
man,
God,
that
so
fake baby.
I think that the movie as a whole is a great movie.
I'm
And
not
I
gonna
think
lie.
that
When I
the
saw that
acting-
movie, I was like, fake baby, fake baby, fake baby.
Baby, fake baby.
Yeah. The acting in that movie is great, and
Pretty good.
the actual gunfight scenes are pretty good.
A little
but
bit of an abrupt ending, though. That's the only complaint I really have to say.
Well, they weren't going to show his death in the movie,
Well, that would have been a way more climactic ending.
but they
I
weren't
was that asshole
legally
sitting in the
allowed
movie
to.
theater who didn't realize that he died, and when he died, I was just like, oh,
Oh,
no.
Oh. Like, I think a
Oh.
majority of the viewers, like, oh, okay. Until they, like, heard, like, unless they had, like, heard, like, all the news and stuff before going to see the movie and then, like, persuaded them to see it. Because there was a lot of coverage on this movie and a lot of controversy for whatever reason.
yeah.
Which I really didn't feel
Chris
it needed
Kyle
to be.
wasn't really portrayed as an American hero by every person, and it's a very controversial subject because he killed a lot of people that the movie kind of portrays as not people, just random Arabs in the middle of the desert that he is
Except
killing.
for like the kids, like that was like the one part that was just like, all right,
It's
this has
right in the
meaning to it.
beginning of the movie when he kills a kid and he's like, wow, okay, cool. And then everything else is just like kill, 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 kill.
Kill,
And
I feel like it was
kill.
kind of just meant for shock value rather than any real
I have a review up for this movie, but I said it.
box.
He kind of becomes just an action star in the fact that he gets a nickname as the Legend, and they actually make slow-mo action sequences with his kills.
Yep.
It's very cinematic.
Like,
Very.
are you going for an action movie or are you going for?
I thought it was gonna be very like emotionally tearing, and it was like he's struggling
Well,
with
it
his inner
was.
demons to kill. And it's like, and it was sort of, but then they kind of like when he was there, it was like,
They get very sidetracked.
yeah,
I think the movie was trying to say, like, these veterans have, like, PTSD issues that need to be addressed, but it never goes far enough to actually say that. It kind of pokes fun at it in the whole sequence with his dog and a few sequences when he's home, but it never actually conveys the point, and it kind of falls flat because of that. I think the movie would have been better if it actually had stuck with that point throughout and not tried to make the movie more of an action movie and like not just a memorial to Chris Kyle.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
not really. I think we can move on.
Okay.
Yeah, most of it.
The Imitation Game.
All right, Danny. So, explain yourself.
Woo! Imitation Game. All right. The Imitation Game is, it's like it's a very stylish or not stylish, styleless movie. Like, I didn't feel like they did anything like new with that movie. It felt like the most by the numbers like biopic movie ever.
What do you
Like-
mean by that?
Like, they didn't do anything very like special with the direction of the movie. They didn't really like. What's the best word for this?
You're full of
It
shit.
felt like every other biopic I had like ever seen. Like, I knew what was gonna happen on the screen. Like,
Well, that's because you looked it up beforehand.
no.
You wouldn't have known what would have happened if you didn't look it up before you saw the movie.
Yeah, I had no idea what was
Yeah,
going
I
to
didn't know
happen
either.
going
I
in.
was like, I have no idea going into this movie what it's about. And then I figured out about like, oh, that's what this movie's about. I am thoroughly surprised. And me and Justin come out of it and we're like, yeah, it's a really good movie. And you're like, so safe. Really safe.
I think
The
it was
second we walked out of that theater, Danny just goes,
It's like it's gonna get
so
nominated for
safe.
Oscars, but it's so
Oscar bait.
safe because of it.
Cumberbatch.
Well, the one thing I had a real problem with was Benedict Cumberbatch in that movie.
Oh my god, you're
I
such a
think
bitch.
he was just like the best part of that movie.
Yeah, he's
but-
like-
I think he played the most like Benedict Cumberbatch-y role in that movie. Like, he
Just
didn't,
because he plays the same role in multiple movies doesn't mean that it's not any less of a role.
the thing is, the movie is good.
just every movie he does, or any form of like media or television, like movies or television he does, is that he just plays like this smart like nerd that's like kind of quiet, but also kind of like a sarcastic asshole a little bit. And I feel like he didn't really like go like out of his comfort zone at all for anything.
Yeah, but he was gay in this movie, so that makes a difference.
Yeah, but Danny.
Yeah, because remember, if you play
Danny.
a gay or disabled person, the Oscars, you're gonna get nominated.
May
man.
I remind you, Danny, that Leonardo DiCaprio did not go out of his comfort zone for Wolf of Wall Street, and you loved him in that movie.
That's a little different. I don't really think that's
Yeah, it's a little different because that's his favorite movie of all time. So
Yeah,
not really
exactly.
actually, but
But I still don't know if Danny was angry at the movie or the fact that he spent $12 before the movie on food and only spent $6 on the movie ticket.
Okay, I want food before my movie. What does it matter?
It matters because you spend so much money on food when you go to the movie. How much money was it? Like the chicken tenders or the pizzas and whatnot? Like the AMCs?
I didn't get anything when we saw that movie. I just got popcorn and a soda. Am I crazy?
And candy bar.
Yeah, which I had.
No, we got it for free.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Which I gave to Justin. You're welcome.
Yeah. But I thought the movie was really good. I thought it could have been better. I thought that the pacing was kind of weird.
Meh.
I thought the acting was really good. The acting
Meh.
was the best part of the movie, but
Meh.
the overall scope of the movie is kind of
the
It's pretty
only
bad.
the
not that
only
strong.
issue I had with the movie was when they had that moment of like, my brother's on that ship. That was the only time I ever had an issue with it. It was like, oh, you're really gonna you're gonna make us try to feel something about this?
Yeah, the scope of the movie kind of felt very
Like I would have
weird.
understood if it was like he could have just discovered it right now, where it was like we have to be we have to use statistics to determine when we can and can't like save these people, and I thought that's a very interesting approach. But
Yeah.
when they had like one of the people out of like the 5 people who was working on the thing, like, my brother's on that ship, we've got to save him. Like that was like, really? Okay. That was the only issue I had with it. Everything else was great. So Danny, you're a bitch for not liking this movie.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Danny, you have a horrible taste in movies. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think all of our favorite Whiplash
Yes.
was
Yes.
never going to win, but
Yeah.
very cool it got nominated.
It was like a top 3 in the cat. It was like a top 2, top 3, I feel.
Yeah.
But it was never going to win because, you know, people have their preferences. Like, it didn't win the Golden Globes, it didn't win the Oscars, but people definitely can say that it was an amazing movie.
I think everyone regards it as a great movie.
Like, as somebody who, like, very much likes music, I very much appreciated that. I didn't know what it was about coming into it. Justin, you just gave me the context of, like, oh, the music is going to be stuck in your head once you're done watching this movie. And then I was like, oh, it's about, like, some musician playing the drums.
Yeah, just a drummer boy in a school with a teacher, and
Very
he
abusive teacher.
gets taught things about life.
And
And
he
J. Jonah Jameson actually dropped out of the Daily Bugle and decided to go be a music teacher.
is that a true statement?
Yeah, Damien Chazelle, director of Whiplash, actually said in an interview one time.
All right.
Whiplash is actually part of the Marvel universe. If you guys weren't aware.
Really?
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, I didn't mean
Is
to
he
spoil
is he coming back for the new Spider-Man movie?
You mean like Amazing Spider-Man or?
No, like the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out in 2017.
I don't know. Maybe.
There's
I would
another
like to see-
Spider-Man movie? Whoa, man, I didn't know
You know,
that.
it'd be amazing if they just ended that Spider-Man movie with J. Jonah Jameson turning around in his chair. He goes, "You thought I was gone."
No, I would be so happy at the end of Civil War if the after credit scene for that movie, or the after credit scene was for Avengers, was just J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, talking about Spider-Man. That would be phenomenal. Like, oh my god, I'd be so happy.
Jizzworthy?
Yeah, I think it'd be weird because of the whole Tobey Maguire thing. But besides the point, Whiplash, very good music, very good acting. The
Extremely.
pace
Just go,
of the movie
just
is just
for J.K. Simmons
top-notch.
alone, just go see that movie.
J.K. Simmons is a god.
A god.
Yeah, the pacing of that movie and just how tense and into the movie it makes you feel, and how emotional it makes you feel over just everything happening, and you just actually feel kind of.
I could feel the beat of my drum inside.
It makes you feel like you're right there,
Makes you feel like a plastic
watching
bag.
this happen.
Also, another snub at the Oscars.
The interview,
Yeah.
freedom of speech,
Freedom to,
best
drink
picture nomination. Am I right?
Totally.
I mean, Seth Rogen was playing Seth Rogen in that. Yeah, of all the people, you're like, oh, the most consistent. Literally, Seth Rogen just plays Seth Rogen, and James Franco just plays James Franco. Like, this is like the 5th movie they've
James
done
Franco
James Franco's a good actor.
does
Have
not
you
play
ever
the
seen
same role in every
127
movie.
Hours?
He plays
Actually, well, I mean,
American
he's a
Horror.
good actor, but in Seth
Pineapple
Rogen, he
Express?
plays the same character of like being very goofy.
No, he
Pineapple
doesn't.
Express is a very different role than most of his other movies.
I mean,
Dude, Milky played a gay guy.
Spring Breakers. Oh my god.
Yes, Alien.
Yeah.
I'm
Spring
another
break forever.
I love that.
Whiplash to
didn't
James Franco.
Didn't they come out with a sequel for that?
No, but I'd love there to be a sequel.
No, but apparently, like, they were making a sequel.
There were
but it wasn't
thoughts
like the
about making
there
a
wasn't like
sequel.
the director wasn't signed on for it, so they were just
Yeah,
gonna try to get more money.
And James Franco got
No,
mad.
I did not hear about this whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it got canned though.
Good, because I wouldn't have wanted to see it any other
Yeah.
way.
Any other thoughts on Whiplash?
My favorite movie, 2014.
I guess I have to say the same thing. Best movie
Alright.
2014 for me.
Now on to Boyhood, which was my personal favorite movie of last year. Boyhood was something special in the fact that it makes itself more than a movie by doing the whole gimmick, even though it's not a gimmick of the 12 years. And Linklater is able to achieve something in that the movie doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like you're just watching this boy and his family just grow up, and just watching the milestones in their life and how each milestone is just a moment and they just go by one after another, and you're just experiencing what it's like in his life. And I feel like that in itself, and the fact that the movie doesn't feel like a movie and it feels like something more and much more intimate, is the reason the movie was regarded so high and why I loved it.
I'm gonna be
Another
very
thing is-
I'm gonna be very cynical, and I'm just gonna say I probably would have thought of it as a very gimmicky movie, just from hearing about it and how it was shot. But the fact that I haven't seen it probably
Matt,
doesn't help.
one of the opening scenes in the movie has a kid watching Dragon Ball Z, and he has a bed with a Dragon Ball Z comforter.
Oh my god, that changes
It's
everything.
not a gimmick.
That
Like,
changes everything.
the amazing thing about this movie is that it was filmed for my age. Like, when 2014, the kid turns 18, I turned 18. It's crazy
We
how,
were the
like,
same exact age when throughout the whole movie we were like when he was like 7, we were
Mason.
7.
So his childhood
That
was
only
the
applies
same
to us
as
because we were the
ours.
same age. So.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of weird because watching that movie, it was everything I knew about my childhood just shown on the big screen.
Yep.
There was so much stuff, whether it be from the Wii or from, like, the Harry Potter books or from watching Dragon Ball Z. It's like,
So it's
that
pretty
was
much
my childhood.
nostalgia the movie for you.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
But-
so only 90s kids will get this movie?
Exactly. Nah, it was very, very good.
Very good.
And what you were saying with the acting, like, people said the acting was not that good, but I don't think it was ever
The
meant to
kid
be
wasn't that great.
that good.
He was-
Yeah, because he doesn't really have, like, that much focus when he's younger. But I think that's what it was trying to show, that, like, he didn't really know what he was doing
So
in the
they
world and everything.
purposely made him act badly. Exactly.
Well, it was trying to show,
It's
like,
cinematic.
a young
It's
boy
all part
is
of the
not that
plan.
good of an
It was
actor.
from the beginning. They planned this.
yeah.
But
But
anyway,
it was a very good movie.
anything else you want to say about that?
Not really. I just kind of was upset it only got one
He
award
has a lot
last
to say
night.
about Boyhood, but he doesn't want to start crying in his podcast. So
Yeah, I mean, it was very good. And there were a lot of things in the movie that just kind of spoke.
Like the actors, because they have to act, and you can't do it by not speaking.
Exactly. So for the next movie, you want to go to Selma? Because I know I'm the only person who saw it
yeah,
here.
go for
I'll
it.
talk about it. I saw Selma
Black people.
Black Pride.
back in January.
Ferguson.
And Selma, I thought, was excellent.
LaQuisha.
David Oyelowo
Eric Garner.
playing Martin Luther King Jr. was phenomenal, and I thought he was very good.
Shit, I ran out of black people.
I can't breathe.
I think he should have gotten a nomination over frickin' Bradley Cooper, but I think
Oh, yeah.
that Gyllenhaal deserved a nomination even more than both of them.
Damn it. Why did you for that movie?
But the movie was very good. The movie was very emotional. It made you actually feel something, which was crazy. And the fact that there was so much violence and so much stuff that's been shown before again and again in all these movies about civil rights, but this movie shows it even more on a perspective of this isn't just our fight, this is everyone's fight. And I thought the movie is very well done.
And that's it?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't talk about Grand Budapest, but well, actually, I kind of mentioned it before, but
You have anything else to say about it?
no, pretty much everything I said before about Wes Anderson, like how it's a fairly universal movie, and like even though it does have his style, like most people can watch it and like kind of not be lost or comprehend it. So it's a good movie. So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Okay. And then the Theory of Everything, which I know you only saw.
Yeah, The Theory of Everything, I actually like. It was also a very like by the numbers biopic movie too. But the acting was like, I actually really respected both the actors, Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne. Of course, Eddie Redmayne won the Oscar.
Yeah.
Because like he really like he transformed himself to Stephen Hawking for that role, and like Stephen Hawking himself said to Eddie Redmayne. Wow, I just fumbled that name. But he said to Eddie Redmayne, he said that it was almost like he was watching himself. Like if you had filmed Stephen Hawking, the actual, like actually him back in the day, like he felt like he was watching himself. So if the person you're portraying on screen says that it's like watching himself, you probably did a pretty damn good job.
Well, to be fair, most of the time when people are portraying people in movies, they're usually dead. So you have the very rare opportunity to actually get to interact with the person you're trying to portray. So you usually get a better sense of how you're supposed to like play the role, or how you're supposed to act like them at a certain point. So I have to respect that.
He actually congratulated him last night on the award.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, or basically
No.
About the Oscars or Best Picture?
Best Picture? I have more thoughts on the Oscars, but
Yeah.
Best Picture.
I'm good for now. Well, for Best Picture, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
So I think the biggest surprise of the Oscars was Lady Gaga, because I didn't expect her to actually be that.
You mean like the whole show wise,
amazing.
or like performance wise?
Just overall, I like
Okay.
good surprise. I thought it was crazy. Like
She was
I didn't
great.
expect her to like actually perform that, and it was great because my dad would always sing those songs, and it was so funny just hearing her. And I'm just like, this is phenomenal.
So wait, what did
You know, when
actually
Lady Gaga
happen?
doesn't dress up like a fucking sack
Lady
of
Gaga
good.
dressed up as like she had this really weird get up, but she had a great dress. But she was wearing like kitchen gloves for like washing dishes when she came to the Oscars, and she said she was going to be performing, but she didn't say what she was. And then they had a tribute to The Sound of Music during the Oscars, and she actually performed like 5 or 6 of those songs from the movie, and it was phenomenal. Like
When she doesn't dress up like a dress made of fucking meat, she looks good.
yeah, but she like the way she was able to just master that music was crazy. Like,
she's
I would have
very-
never picked her for the type to
Yeah.
actually nail it.
Honestly, I'm not surprised. No, she seems like a very musically involved person. Like, from what I know of Lady Gaga, she's a very good musician overall. Like, it's not like she puts on, like, she's just famous and she writes her own songs, but she's, like, really into it, everything that she does. And she's, like, so I respect her as an artist and everything, more so than a lot of other people.
Yeah, and Julie Andrews actually came out after she was done and like was just like astounded how well she performed, and Lady Gaga was just like floored.
Like, I'm gonna draw a comparison. Like, you know, Lady Gaga, back when she started, and the whole thing was that, like, her gimmick was that she would just be wearing, like, these outlandish clothes and everything, and she would just be, like, out of this world. Like, people would think she's crazy. I think, like, the difference between her and someone like Kesha, who was around the same time, and I think was, like, the same kind of music. Kesha, like, fell off, but Lady Gaga kind of stayed. Because she actually proved, like, she was a good person, and she actually, like, cared about fans.
A good person.
She's a good person, and she
When was
also.
the last time Kesha had a song?
Leave Britney alone.
I don't know. I remember I heard on the
Was it the
radio.
Die Young song?
I think so. Yeah, I was about to say. I heard.
Because I
Let's
remember that
old.
song had to be pulled from the radio because that song was like kind of popular during Sandy Hook. Like, right after Sandy
Yeah,
Hook,
I
they had to-
remember
they had
that.
to pull They had to pull that song off. They had to pull off "Pumped Up Kick" by Foster the People.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the lyrics of Foster.
I know it's about an imaginary shooting. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's about a kid going to his school and shooting people.
Well, no, but there are actual like songs. Like, I'm pretty sure like there was like a Pearl Jam song that like is based on an actual shooting that occurred. But like this, from what I read about the song, it was like they completely made up the shooting. So it's a very hypothetical sense, but it's about a shooting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember. I remember reading about like
I remember
Kesha's
that.
song being pulled, but I don't remember Foster the Kids or
Foster the kids.
Foster the kids.
whatever their name is.
Foster the people.
Foster the People. Pumped Up Kicks.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I was thinking Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I was like Foster's and the kids and stuff like that.
My name's Chaz.
Okay. The highlight of the Oscars last night was seeing John Travolta.
Yes!
Like,
touch Adele Dazeem's face.
Like, he made me feel so uncomfortable just holding her, Idina Menzel's face in his hand. It was like, why are you doing this? Please just stop. This is creepy. She can't do anything. She's silently screaming because she doesn't want to actually scream on live TV and all these people are watching her. And it was just, I don't know what Travolta was thinking. I mean, last year he fucked up her name and he got all this just
pretty bad too.
Bad recognition because he didn't know how to spell it in Idina Menzel. And now this whole touching thing, and there were photos from the red carpet of him touching Scarlett Johansson, which were phenomenal because on Reddit Photoshop battles, people took.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
They're great. The top post on Reddit Photoshop battles was John Travolta touching Scarlett Johansson. And
my favorite edit was the one with John Travolta, and there's just a bunch of John Travoltas around Scarlett Johansson. Like there's one like really tiny one like right by up her ear. Like it's so funny.
Yeah, but I was wondering just why did Travolta do this?
And there was also
I feel like anything that Travolta does, it just he's like at that stage where he's gonna be that old creepy man, and anything that he does, it's gonna be like, ew, John Travolta.
Yeah, you were known for that good movie back in the day, you know, and
he was in more than one movie.
Which one? I'm curious to see which one you go to first.
That movie.
That movie?
Oh, I was talking about Face Off just because of all the Face Off jokes made last night with Cumberbatch and him.
Cumberbatch?
Oh, yeah. Somebody made made a tweet, and I retweeted it too. It was just fucking hilarious. Somebody put that picture of him staring at Benedict Cumberbatch and put the caption, he's like, "I'm coming for you, Brenda Kirk, Caramples Crunch."
Yeah, it was great. But
anything from the Oscars that you still want to talk about?
There were a few things, like I was saying, Viola Davis was set to watch the box that Neil Patrick Harris said of his predictions, which we'll talk about after this. But Robert Duvall was basically not paying attention at all, and he Neil Patrick Harris was talking to him and he wasn't even listening. He was just staring forward, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And Robert Duvall was just looking forward. He's like, "All right, just remember to He's like, "Remember to wake up."
I think, right?
No,
or no?
Some rush was on the other side.
Someone, they said someone "Hey, could you wake him up every?"
He's like, "Can you remember to wake up Robert Duvall?" Which I thought was funny. The other thing was the Oscar predictions, which was weird because he basically nailed everything that was going to happen during the show, and it kind of made people think are the Oscars staged? Because so much of what he said was actually put in the cards.
Did you see the thing about how they put the names on the Oscars now?
I know.
I think it was they said starting in 2009. I believe that now when somebody gets the Oscar, their name is on it.
That's cool.
Back before that, people would get the trophy, but then they would have to give it right back to the Academy, so this way they could get sent back to wherever the Oscars made and get their name put on it.
I feel like that's too much effort.
But now they give they give them the trophy and their name is on the plaque at the bottom of the trophy. So
I mean, it makes it easier for them. I mean, it really doesn't concern us. It's like, oh no, my Oscar is gonna take 2 weeks for me to get this. Oh dang, I was hoping to take it home with me, and now I gotta wait for
polish it in my trophy collection. This is where I would put an Oscar.
Gonna lose it and be like, ugh.
This is where I would put my Oscar if I had one.
Dinkelberg.
Yeah, I just think of Leonardo DiCaprio's face on Dinkelberg.
Oh man.
Or you mean on Timmy's dad?
Yeah, on Timmy's dad. Come on now.
Yeah.
But anything from the Oscars?
There was some
surprised at the lack of Boyhood wins.
Yeah, and I think that there were some funny puns, but some of his puns, he made a joke about Oprah being rich.
Yeah,
didn't hate it at all.
Very flat.
Jack Black came.
Oprah's rich. Who would?
Yeah,
rich.
Jack Black came on stage during the Anna Kendrick Neil Patrick Harris thing, which I thought was funny because he's like, "Jack, come on, we're doing something here."
Can
otherwise,
Jack Black be in more movies?
Yeah, people were like, "Can Jack Black host next year?"
I mean, Jack Black is amazing overall.
Yeah, School of Rock.
Is that the
Tenacious
only thing
D.
you know from him?
No, Tenacious D.
Oh yeah, Tenacious D. Okay.
Tropic Thunder.
I mean, who even watched that movie?
Tropic
You guys probably
Thunder
never
is
heard
phenomenal.
of it, but the movie Bernie.
Oh yeah, I
haven't
never
seen it,
watched that. I see
It's
it on
also a Richard
Netflix.
Linklater
Heard of
movie. I watched it once. It's a very good movie. I liked it.
So, overall impressions of the Oscars?
It was good. As far as the awards go themselves, like there weren't that many surprises. Just about everything I thought was gonna win won for the most part.
I thought it was
The performances that they self, like from the musicians, they were pretty good. Especially Lady Gaga being the highlight.
When did you ever think you would say that?
Never.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show though.
Yeah, it was pretty good. They lost a lot of viewers though. Like they were down like 10% from last year.
Yeah.
Well, that's because people have the internet.
There was a first story I wanted to talk about. This was that Nicolas Cage got casted in U.S. and the Edward Snowden movie that's going to be coming out this year by Oliver Stone. And he's going to be playing a U.S. intelligence officer.
Nice.
He's not playing Edward Snowden.
No, it's
I'm
supposed
I'm so sad. Imagine if he played both characters. It's like I have to chase myself.
I have to leave.
The movie is coming out Christmas Day, and it features Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Edward Snowden, Shailene Woodley, Melissa Leo, and Zachary Quinto.
When was the last thing that Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in that was actually like an Oscar-worthy movie? Like Looper was the last movie I can really think about, but
No, I don't think that was that nominated for Oscars?
I don't
Maybe
think
effects.
it was. Yeah,
I don't actually know.
But like,
When was the last time
thing?
Nicolas
Like,
Cage was nominated for an Oscar?
I know he won one from Moonlight, so we can at least say 86. Bam, got it.
No, didn't he win for Leaving Las Vegas?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he won for Leaving Las Vegas in '95.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh wait, no, I don't even think Nicolas Cage even won from the movie that I had mentioned back in '86. So scratch that. Scratch that. Everything. Nick Cage snubbed since '86.
Hold on, no, I will fact check.
Please do. I know it won awards, and I remember watching the movie, but I don't recall like his performance in it being spectacular. And I was like, really, of all movies, this would be the thing he like is a part of that was actually like won awards. It was a weird movie.
Yeah. I know Nicolas Cage acting is like a huge
he
deal.
he won for Leaving Las Vegas in 1995, and he was nominated for Adaptation in 2002.
And he hasn't been nominating since. Like, that's it.
Nope, I don't think so.
Well, his career has been sparkling.
Speaking of sparkling careers, a news story came out a couple of days ago about Bill Paxton and Brendan Fraser starring in a new History Channel miniseries, which is kind of weird because Brendan Fraser like dropped off the earth for a couple of years.
He's making a comeback.
Yeah, he's gonna be starring in Texas Rising, which could be hitting the History Channel.
Are there going to be any mummies in this film?
I would not be surprised if there were.
Is The Rock going to make an appearance?
Probably not.
That's unfortunate.
He's doing more important things with his life.
Like he's playing Hercules?
Yeah, nobody's playing like characters in
Movie came
Fast
out
and
already.
Furious and like Black Adam and acting.
He needs to make a sequel. He's busy working on the sequel to The Game Plan with that little kid.
Oh my god, where she becomes like a hooker on the streets and it's like, gotta get her act together.
And also a sequel to Tooth Fairy. Oh wait, no, that exists.
That's
There's
an actual
Tooth
thing that's
Fairy.
happening.
There's a sequel to that movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a sequel to Tooth Fairy.
Oh
I
my
saw
God,
that movie.
I have to go see that now.
I actually watched that movie when it was on cable and was
What, Tooth
actually
Fairy or the second
surprised.
one?
The first one. I was surprised it wasn't terrible. It was okay.
I
but
honestly think that he doesn't make that terrible movies. Like I feel like people would put him as like a actor that's in movies, but they're usually
Oh my
terrible.
God.
But he's actually not in that many bad movies. Like I can point to actors and say they've been in more bad movies than The Rock has.
Okay, so I was right. There is a Tooth Fairy 2, and it stars Larry the Cable Guy.
Really? Okay then.
Y'all want to get some money for your tooth? Get her done.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that now. Like, is it like, has it been released?
what movie?
Yeah, it came out 3 years ago, 2012.
Really?
The sequel to Tooth Fairy?
Yeah, it was direct-to-video release, so that's why I've never heard of it.
That's unfortunate.
There's a lot of direct-to-video releases that I don't count as actual movies, just because they shouldn't be things. There are like 3 butterfly effects. There should not be 3 butterfly effects.
Oh my god, this is... You want me to read you the plot of Tooth Fairy 2?
Yes, please.
Sure.
When dreamer Larry Guthrie, Larry the Cable Guy, loses his first love to the town hotshot, he decides to win her back by volunteering to help the local children at her after-school program. However, he accidentally tells one of the kids at the school that the Tooth Fairy doesn't exist, and the Tooth Fairy is nothing but fairy tales. That night, the Tooth Fairy visits Larry and tells him he has to collect teeth to pay for the mistakes he made.
What the hell is this?
Oh my god. No, that reminds me of the freaking other Larry the Cable Guy terrible sequel, Jingle All the Way 2, which somehow got a sequel.
I never even heard of that.
I didn't even know that was a movie that I should pay attention to.
Have you seen the original Jingle All the Way?
No.
No.
It's a very good movie, Christmas movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he's trying to get this kid, his son, a toy on Christmas Eve, and it's like the hottest toy of the season.
Oh, the hottest toy of the season.
We got to get the toy from the toy factory.
He didn't care about his son. He decided to wait till Christmas Eve and totally like screwed himself over. And Sinbad's actually in that movie.
I feel like he's gonna be
But
like,
the
get to
sequel
the target.
is Larry's daughter wants only one thing for Christmas: a talking bear. His daughter's stepdad intends to make sure that Larry can't get one. And the movie is...
So wait, does he just like his whole career is just being in movie sequels that'll never get released?
It's... Oh my god, it just looks...
Like, what has he actually done? Why is he famous? Like,
Cars.
he's a comedian.
He was in Cars.
Oh, I'm sorry. The one movie where he had, like, he wasn't even like an act. He was a voice actor. It was like he really didn't need to do anything other than just like do what he normally does.
Yeah. I mean, he was in like the Larry the
You
Cable
want a
Guy
linear,
movies.
like you want somebody that has a linear role. He's been playing the same character his entire life. He's not. He doesn't even. He's not even an actual redneck. It's just a character. It's just that it's so successful that he's literally just been like, yep, I guess this is just what I'm doing for the rest of my life now. And he probably has way more money than he deserves from it.
Yeah. I think the only things he's actually been recognized for are the Larry the Cable Guy movies, Cars, and then worthless sequels.
No, what was like the thing where he was like him and 3 other comedians where they went together? Because I know there was like, it was a very
Blue
famous...
Collar Tour?
Yeah, that's what it was. He was a part of the Blue Collar Tour with him, Jeff Foxworthy, like...
Bill Engvall, I think.
Bill Engvall and the other guy that likes to smoke cigars and drink a lot of whiskey on stage.
But I mean, that's more stand-up comedy. That's not really
that guy's
movies.
Yeah, but he was very successful from that. Like, Jeff Foxworthy at the time, like when he was there, was a huge comedian. Like,
Are
he
you
had a whole
smarter
catchphrase
than a
and
fifth
everything.
grader?
Oh yeah, and that show.
Yeah, that show that was totally not for 5th graders because I was a 5th grader watching it and never knew the answers.
Oh yeah, that's so crap. It was like just a bunch of... I don't know who those kids were and what super geniuses they were, but total bullshit.
They were super baby
No, they were
geniuses,
probably told the
too.
answers ahead of time, so it's like...
Baby Geniuses too.
Yeah, that was a movie. Oh my god. Can
No,
we
I
please
remember
not
there-
talk about that movie?
There was apparently, like, there were kids on that ended up becoming, like, actors in movies, and I can't remember what movies they were in. I can't even remember what the kids were, but I recognize that those kids from that show were in, like, movies that I had watched after that show.
Yeah, I'm not
Like, go back and watch, like, some of the original episodes and see, like, the kids and see if you can, like, recognize them, because I think you can, like, recognize a couple of them from movies. Like, major movie releases.
Hey, you know, my first role was in Baby Geniuses too.
Justin, what's your actual first role in Baby Geniuses 2?
No, my first role is not happened yet. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh?
Yeah.
David Fincher, if you want to get on that.
Oh, speaking of David Fincher, I finally saw Fight Club on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
We can finally talk about that.
Hey, rule number 1 and 2 about Fight Club. Don't talk about
Yeah,
Fight Club.
spoilers about Fight Club 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
So, what
I
do you think of
didn't-
the ending to Fight Club?
I didn't know anything about Fight Club going in other than
Somebody
the
spoiled the
rules
movie for me
of
the first
Fight
time I
Club
watched it, so...
and that it was Edward Norton and Brad.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. You guys consider yourself movie buffs, and I was the first one here to have seen Fight Club, and I felt that was a huge, like, that's an accomplishment for me.
Well, there was no easy way I could watch the movie, and I didn't feel like actually watching it online because I heard it was really good, and I didn't want to like watch it terrible quality. And then it was on sale on Amazon for $5, so I was like, sure, I'll buy it.
Well, yeah, it was an amazing movie, and there's no doubt about that. I
Yeah.
love the part where he just beats himself up. That's just amazing.
You mean the multiple times he beats himself up? Spoiler alert.
I mean, if you're gonna get technical about it, but I mean the part when he's in his boss's office.
Oh, that is great. That
Beating
is
himself up.
phenomenal. I like it just looks so good. Like he grabs himself by the collar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the movie was just so good, and like the fact that it just transitions like from totally different like areas, like the whole thing with Bob and like the testicular cancer center, and then it goes to like Marla, and then it goes to the whole like trying to switch off the rehab centers because he can't sleep anymore, and then he just ends up meeting Brad Pitt on a plane for his crappy job.
I just kind of want to imagine like the part where he's like having sex with this woman, and then the next night he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "You fucking asshole."
No, the best thing is like he's like kick her out or get rid of her.
Exactly.
He's like he just starts yelling at her, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's like,
she's probably like, you are crazy, and then like the next night he like invites her back to sleep with her.
exactly.
It happens again and again. Like it's weird. I don't know. The fact that like I didn't really see the fact that he was actually like Tyler Durden in the movie. I didn't see that coming until the scene when he beats himself up. I was like, wow, that looks actually like he could do it really well. And I was thinking, I'm like, maybe he could actually beat himself up. Like, huh? And then...
So wait, you didn't know the twist of it coming into
No,
the movie?
I didn't actually know.
Good. I didn't know either, and I was so
They
happy.
spoiled it for me.
Oh my god. It's like spoiling The Sixth Sense, and it's like, I can't unknow that
Yeah,
about the
I've never
movie.
seen Sixth
Yeah, no,
Sense.
The Sixth Sense, like, that thing was spoiled for me, like, 8 years ago, so I didn't really care.
I'm
haven't
pretty sure
seen
that
the
movie, even if you
Never seen
haven't
it.
seen that movie, it's
No,
been
I feel
spoiled
like
for you.
there are spoilers in our
Because
society,
it's the
like...
one thing M. Night Shyamalan did.
Like,
Other
there
than-
Not every M. Night Shyamalan movie has been spoiled for me.
Oh,
Yo, Last Airbender,
The Village?
horrible movie. Don't go see it.
I'm not gonna watch Last Airbender. I can't.
I'm just kidding. It's a great movie. You should go see it. Spend all your money on it.
Yeah,
Buy it on
spend-
Blu-ray. Buy the collector edition.
Buy the multiple collector's editions for every language available on DVD and Blu-ray. Anyway, what I was going to say is that I didn't see the twist coming, and the fact that Tyler kind of was distant and he wasn't really around much, and he felt like he had this insomnia whole thing. Hold on one second.
Whoa, man. Oh, somebody's here.
And the
Your
whole
door creak.
the whole insomnia issue and the fact that he wasn't sleeping well, and then you saw flashes of Brad Pitt when he was not sleeping in the beginning of the movie. That was weird, and it made me think, like, why would he be seeing him if he didn't like have this figment in his mind? I was like, maybe this is the same character. And the fact that Marla acted so weird around him, and it kind of was like, oh, that's why.
Just for anybody who's listening, just go watch Fight Club, like, now.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't watched it, you should by now.
It's a movie you need to see.
Which, if you haven't seen it, sorry for spoiling it for you.
Justin has a mega hard on for David Fincher. Just a little side note.
Yeah, I think he's my favorite director now. Like, I love The Social Network, and I
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
Social Network's a
love
movie,
Zodiac.
so
I think Zodiac's better than Social Network.
I will
Kill me.
stab you in the face.
There's nothing wrong with Social Network. It's a very good movie. I just think that
It was
I don't know,
snubbed
I like
for
Zodiac more.
Best Picture because
Yeah,
King's
fuck
Speech.
King's Speech.
It won the Golden Globe for Best Movie, and then the Oscars come around, and of course everybody's gonna go for the King's Speech because it's the struggle. It's like, fuck you. Everything about The Social Network is such a great movie for me because it has amazing editing, amazing music. And the acting is incredible because they're not like well-established actor. Nobody really knew Jesse Eisenberg and Andrew Garfield as amazing actors until they were in that movie. Other than that, what was it? Like
Zombieland.
Zombieland, and that was it. That's all they knew them from. And then that was like how they really got introduced. And then they both were nominated for their roles in that movie. The movie.
Andrew Garfield was not.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Both of them. Well, I know in the Golden Globes they were.
Oh, okay. Well, he wasn't for Oscars.
Okay. Well, I definitely know Jesse Eisenberg was.
Yeah, I know he was.
But still snubbed.
No, I think actually Colin Firth. I've heard people say Colin Firth was like a lock for that, even though I haven't seen it.
Well, I'm not saying that he didn't deserve Best Actor because I saw King's Speech and he was amazing. He definitely deserved it. But for movie, I think Social Network is overall a better movie because it had a lot of like. I know a lot of people thought that the ending was a little bit of abrupt, but I thought it was really perfect. because
Yeah.
it was a continuing story of like this guy who's obsessed with his girlfriend.
And he's an asshole.
I don't think he's an asshole. I think
The
he's
whole
just
movie
misunderstood.
portrays him as an asshole.
I
And
think he's just
literally,
misunderstood.
he is an asshole.
He's a genius who came up with this idea.
Listen, if Justin and I started a company that was worth $1 billion and I cut him out of it, I'm pretty sure that makes me an asshole.
Yeah.
No, he made a company based off of their idea, but it wasn't theirs to begin with. They
Well, no,
wanted-
not
Then he
not
gives
the-
them contracts
not the
that cuts
Winklevoss
him out of the
twins.
company.
He's talking
Also,
about
he
Eduardo.
paid them hundreds of millions of dollars
He's
to have
talking
them
about
shut the fuck up
Eduardo.
about it. So I
He's
think,
talking about Eduardo, not the
It's actually
Winklevoss
classified.
twins.
We don't know how much money.
yeah, a lot of
Lawrence
money,
Aaron got.
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, it was that much.
Yeah. But I went to see The Social Network not knowing anything about the movie. Like, I just knew it was about Facebook, and it was fantastic.
Yo,
I
same.
remember that. Yeah.
was
It
worth
was like, it was one of those movies I stepped out of, I was like, wow.
It was an experience for me. It was
Wow.
one of the best movies. Well, it is my favorite movie. It was
my
probably one of the best movie going experiences I ever had.
That is my third favorite movie? No. Yeah, third favorite movie. And my fourth.
Now you have to oblige us. What's the top? What's the other two?
My first is Back to the Future. Second is The Departed. Third is Social Network. Fourth is Zodiac.
Matt, you want to list your top 3 or top 4?
I thought about this. I know for a fact Social Network is gonna be up there, but I keep going between. I think Whiplash is definitely gonna be up there somewhere because I really liked that movie.
I think
But
everyone really liked that movie.
as far as my top 3 overall, Social Network. I don't know. I'll come back to this at another time. Next podcast. I'll drop the top 3 and we can discuss.
Remember that, guys. Next podcast. Next
podcast.
week, Matt will discuss his favorite movies.
The hook that gets them to watch the other episodes.
Hey, speaking of next week, you know what next week is?
I'm not sure, Justin.
PAX East.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. 10 days.
What's
It's
not next week?
We're going next Thursday. A week from Thursday, we're going to PAX.
Woo!
Hype, hype,
Yeah.
hype.
And I'm extremely excited. I don't know if you guys got the guidebook app yet for your phones, but
Nope.
their list of exhibitors is already out. The maps, the full list of panels.
Oh, and by the way, you know how last year I bought that, it was like this thing that was supposed to play NES games?
Yeah.
And we
the
were
thing
gonna
that
play it in
crapped
the
out
hotel
like
room.
immediately.
So, Crispy is going to be bringing an actual NES to the hotel, and we're going to play games on there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And we have Mario, and we're probably going to get games like Contra and shit, and it's going to be awesome.
Crispy's our friend, just so you guys realize. We might bring him on an episode of the podcast if we're in a good mood that day.
We're in a not salty mood.
Yeah.
Yo, we should record while we're at PAX East.
Yo, that would be so meta.
I think we could, but I don't think
Meta?
it would really work. I think we could record the Sunday
We can
night.
record like after.
The Sunday night might work better because I don't think we're going to be able to record in the
Oh, you mean the
hotel
Sunday
room.
night that we're going to be going home again? You
Yeah,
probably
the
mean
Sun-
like the Monday.
Either the Sunday or Monday, whatever. I mean, Monday usually might work better because we're probably going to be so jet lagged, but
I
know.
mean, I'm not even going on a plane.
yeah.
I'm not taking a plane either. You're the only one getting jet lag.
Yeah, you're the guy going from
No.
Buffalo.
But I'm saying jet lag because it's daylight. We're losing an hour of sleep because daylight savings is that weekend,
Oh no. But there's also spring break.
which is the week, not the week after that.
Spring break.
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah, so look for PAX East coverage within.
Also, if you haven't
weeks
seen
from
it,
now.
see Spring Breakers, the greatest movie. That's another, my top 3. Social Network, Whiplash, Spring Breakers. There it is.
Nice top 3. You guys
Yeah.
didn't have to wait a week.
Didn't have to wait. I
Got
give
it
the people
early.
what
You
they
were a
want.
good audience.
Can you write that down? Just put it like in big letters.
And somewhere along the way, the Wicker Basket.
The Wicker Basket. You mean the Wicker Man?
Yes.
Not the
That
Wicker
one.
Basket.
No, that's the sequel. But it's starring Larry the Cable Guy this time around.
Is he pretending he's Nicolas Cage holding a basket?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. You guys have been playing anything recently? Anything new or exciting?
I I've been watching, like, I've been trying to get into a couple more anime that I've been trying to watch, like, on Netflix, just because I have nothing
Well, I mean,
better
that's watching, not playing, but you can continue.
Shut your mouth. All right, well...
I said one thing and you gave me the other.
Exactly.
All right, well, I'm going to say what I was going to say. So
We could talk about anime, but, you know.
Anime. Oh, it's so kawaii.
And I will completely stay out of that conversation because I don't watch anime.
I got... Okay, I'm going to talk about Crispy, and I'm going to talk about how mad I am at him again.
Oh, how he can't get into Full Metal Alchemist?
No, because he came over to my house and we were just hanging out, we were chilling, and then he was talking about, oh man, I love anime so much ever since you guys got me into Attack on Titan. I was like, really? How many animes have you watched since finishing Attack on Titan? He's like, okay, and not including Attack on Titan. And he's like, so I watched the one anime movie that Pacific Rim was based off of. And I was like, anything else? No. So you don't like anime? He's like, no, I like anime. I was like, really? So I tried getting him into Full Metal Alchemist. Tried to get him in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I tried getting him into Sword Art Online. I tried showing him literally anything, and he's like, yeah, I guess I just don't like this. I guess you just have bad taste in anime. I was like,
yeah.
You fucking piece of shit. I was so close to punching him in the face. Then I tried showing him Breaking Bad because he was like, you want to watch a good show? Then let's watch Breaking Bad because he never saw that. And then he was bored in the middle of it. I was like,
yeah, Breaking Bad's the best anime there is.
No, I just want...
Jesse's son!
No, I was at that point where it's like, I just want you to watch a good show and actually get into it. So I put on Breaking Bad, and he didn't like it. Like, he was just so bored watching it. I was like, you piece of shit. Like, that whole...
Walter White's tidy whities in the beginning, he just couldn't handle it. He had to turn it off.
Like, the part where he was talking to Bogdan, he was like, fuck you and your eyebrows. I was like, watch
amazing.
it. And he's like...
I love that scene.
Whatever. And I was like, I hate you. Literally, everything about you as a person, I hate you right now.
The thing is, I feel like with anime, especially, if most people like it, but if you can't get into it, you're not gonna get into it. But if you like any type of anime, you're gonna get stuck in the stream of just watching every anime that's available. Like, I told Danny he needs to watch Sword Art because we've all seen Sword Art now, except him, and he should watch it.
Well, it's just you, me, and Marco. That's
but
that's like the anime trio, I would say, of our group of friends.
When Marco freaked out when he saw that I was watching it, I was like, yeah.
Bunch of fucking weeaboos you guys are.
Fucking weeaboo.
Yeah.
A fucking weeaboo.
But I want to talk about anime more next week because
we definitely will.
That's a long conversation.
At least, Danny, if you're gonna watch one, watch Sword Art Online and watch the first 13 episodes of it because I feel like those are the best episodes, and then kind of falls off in the rest of the season.
You need to see the entire season, but it feels like a completely different season. After the first 13.
It does feel a little bit like
it's weird. I was talking to Marco about the show and how seasons are gonna split, but they're not. I don't know.
Well, that's what animes do. They kind of have a 13 episodes, and then they kind of split it from there, and they're quarter.
Attack on Titan did the same thing.
Yeah.
They changed the intro too. They changed the intro in every anime.
But if there's if I had to suggest one anime for you to watch other than Sword Art Online, because I also suggest this to Crispy, it was a real... No, I haven't seen that, actually, but I hear it's really good. I was going to say Cowboy Bebop, because a lot of people consider it, the greatest anime of all time, because it's, one of those animes that was made really early on, but it holds up, over time, and I can agree. It's amazing, because it's so action-filled, and it has a lot of personality to it. And just the intro song in and of itself is amazing. So watch that. If you're not an anime fan, that and Attack on Titan, I feel are the two things I can show people who don't watch anime that are watch this and you'll like anime. Or you'll at least pique your interest in anime.
Yeah. Right now, I've been on and off between Friends and Full Metal Alchemist, and it just depends what I'm in the mood for, and I'm 10 episodes into each show. And
those are two very different shows.
You didn't even hit the surface of Friends. That's the million episodes.
Yeah.
So wait, you're watching the original Full Metal Alchemist or Brotherhood?
I'm watching the full original.
Okay, good, because I haven't seen Brotherhood. I tried sitting down and watching it, but I really liked the original, and I know a lot of people consider it the better version because it sticks to the manga.
Yeah. Well, they finished the first one before the manga was even done.
I know. Oh, that's what they're going to do with Soul Eater, which is an anime that I was going to talk about. I just finished watching that. And they pretty much did the same thing. It was the same studio, and they were they did the same thing they did with the original Full Metal Alchemist, which means I'm hoping that they're going to redo the series once the manga is has a decent chunk done, and that means that they can do a lot more episodes following the arc, because I really like that show.
That's probably a good idea. one last thing, because I don't want to get too in depth with anime, but I was going to say I watched the first episode of Full Metal Alchemist for the 4th time because I remember I tried watching it twice and I watched it. I got like 3 episodes in, and I had to watch it again because I didn't remember what happened, and then I watched it again, and now I'm finally like getting somewhere.
Yes, they can do alchemy, which makes no actual sense.
Yeah.
In all honesty, you probably didn't need to rewatch the first episode over and over again. You probably could
Yeah.
have just gone with it.
I mean,
Gotten away with it. But whatever.
it was worth it, you know.
Worth.
Yeah. It
Anyway,
was totally worth it.
so now let's talk about actual video games that we played.
Yeah, because I was saying, what have you been actually playing?
Actually playing?
Was there anything new you've been playing? Anything that piqued your interest over the last week? Game announcements or anything?
Order 1886. I heard that was a shitty game. Apparently,
I've actually heard very mixed things because I know a few people who got the game and they said it was fantastic. And
I heard
they
nobody
liked
say
it.
it was fantastic. I heard everybody was like, "It's great cinematically, the graphics are great, but there's no substance to it." And it was like, and people were making a joke of like, if you had Order 1886 and Destiny put together, you have one whole game.
Yeah, because you get like the whole story. But I
Destiny
know like
totally is a story, right?
I know like
Oh, wait.
5 people.
I mean, that's why I keep saying density, because I'm so used to calling Destiny density, because anybody who would buy that game is dense. Because I didn't see the
Who
point
buys
in
the game
putting-
now? If you bought the game at launch, then I'm like, whatever, the game had a bunch of hype. You could still own the game. You could still like the game because I feel like
Like, there were more people involved with it, but I feel like it definitely tapered off. Like, it was trying to be this MMO that I knew was going to fail to be.
Well, it's going to be that MMO. You're just going to have to pay a lot of money into it.
Yeah, that's not... No.
It's not really worth it.
Like, if you go to, like, something like a Guild Wars 2, that's like, you pay money, and then it's just free content uploaded, and you can literally put hundreds of hours into it. That's something I respect, and Brendan obviously has done that
I mean,
at this point.
I love Destiny, but I can acknowledge it's not a good game. What I was going to say about the free content, you heard about The Witcher 3 that's getting 16 free pieces of DLC?
I did not. I played a little bit of the first Witcher because I wanted to try to get into it by the time the first game out, or the third game came out, and then it got delayed again. So I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
How many times has it been delayed at this point?
I think 3.
Yeah, I don't care. It's because I know it's just going to be.
It's going to be out in May.
It's going to be an amazing game. It's probably
When
going
does
to
it
be.
come out now? It's
It's
May, right?
May.
May.
Yeah,
It's going to be Game of the Year. I'm guaranteeing you. It's going to be. Game
There's
of
a
the Year.
lot of contenders for Game of the Year because Uncharted's coming out, Batman's coming out.
No, Witcher's going to win. Absolutely, because the only
Matt's calling it.
Witcher. And
You're
Mass
calling that
Effect
right now, May 19th,
are
2015.
the style of the Witcher and Mass Effect games are styles that I absolutely love, and if done right, they're Game of the Years. Like, absolutely, because
I think
they're very cinematic, and yet they still have like action involved with it.
I think it's going to be a contender, obviously, and I think that Uncharted and Arkham Knight are going to be contenders, and it's going to be a mix between those back. I don't know what the other 2 are going to be, or the other few contenders, but those are going to be some of the main ones. 2 interesting facts. I didn't know that The Witcher 3 is actually self-published. Like, the studio publishes their games themselves. They
Yeah.
have no big publisher. And that's why they're supporting this whole DLC movement, where they want the DLC to be free just for supporting the game and buying it. You should be able to get all this post-launch content.
And that's why I'm going to buy the game.
It's not necessarily huge content, but it's still free DLC, and it's...
The company's never
really
let me
cool.
down as far as any purchases that I've made from them, so I approve.
Yeah.
Pardon my ignorance. Who makes The Witcher?
None your business.
All right, I'll look up None Your Business Game Studios.
Yeah. It's actually EA, obviously.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh.
Jesus, did you not just hear the whole part about like they
CD
make
Projekt
and publish their own games? EA is a
Thank you,
publisher.
Justin,
Yeah.
There we go.
asshole.
Axiom
Anyway.
Verge got a release date today. It's going to be releasing at the end of March, and I am super excited for that because it's a Metroid-style game that's been talked about for the last year and a half.
Oh, I still need to play Metro Last Light. I'm so upset. I played
Well,
2033 and I loved it.
Yeah, well, this is Metroid.
Oh, Metroid. I thought you said
Yeah.
Metro.
No, Metroid. And it's supposed to be very stylish, and it's coming out at the end of March 31st. And that's coming to PS4, Vita, and PC.
Just waiting for that Pokemon DLC, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Waiting for that Wonder Trade, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but as far as games that I've played, I actually got my hands on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for the first time. I've never actually played it, but I heard it was like the revival of the franchise.
It was better than Ghosts.
And I
much better than Ghosts.
Yeah.
I loved it when I played
Yeah,
it. It was
it's
very
really good.
fast paced, and it brought back like when I played it. It reminded me of when I was playing like Black Ops, which was my first
Yeah.
Call of Duty game that I ever played.
Yeah, I
And
thought
really
Advanced
loved
Warfare
it.
was great. I thought I
Kevin
played it.
Spacey's the fucking man.
I didn't.
Matt,
I didn't
Matt,
play the
did you
campaign.
did you eat your words about how you and Kyle were bashing me and Danny for actually giving like props to the game?
I don't recall that.
Because I remember me and Danny were like, "It's actually a good game," and you guys
I was
were like,
skeptical, of course, because you say
Yeah.
that about everything. No, this is
"No."
why.
I do say that about everything.
This is why. Because in the past, like, 4 years, like, in the 4 months period, you told me to get, like, 5 or 6 games as they came out on launch. And I said, Justin, no, I'm not going to do that. Because ever since you convinced me to get Call of Duty Ghosts, I've been scarred. I was like,
I convinced you to get Watch Dogs. And
you
I think
convinced
that
me
was
to get
worse.
Ghosts. And then
Side note, Watch
also.
Dogs is a good game.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But
Shut up. I like Watch Dogs.
I mean,
You like it.
convinced me to get Ghost, and then you convinced me to get Watch Dogs. It was like I put $120 down because I got them brand new, and I was like,
Yeah.
I barely played them. So whenever you suggest a game, I'm not gonna buy them. And I'm gonna steer clear. So when you
Mm-hmm.
said Destiny, I thought about it, and then I was like, yeah, no, and it turned out to be good.
Well,
And then
Watch Dogs gets so much shit, but I love it.
it
the
was,
thing
it's so buggy when it came out, and it's so bad. The graphics are not nearly as good as they could have been.
It's a Ubisoft
Yeah.
game. Are you expecting
So-
it not to be buggy?
Yeah,
Two things.
because it's like also Assassin's Creed. I kind of give them like the benefit of the doubt. Apparently, Assassin's Creed like 4 was amazing,
No, so
and then the game
Unity,
after that was like
Unity is not bad.
I heard it was bad. Like
People-
the frames and shit.
People that didn't even play the game saw pictures online of face tearing from one PC player, and everyone's like, "Oh, the game's broken. There's so many bugs." The game had significant frame rate issues. I see that, but other than that, the game was very good. It ran.
That's kind of
well.
a big deal for me, considering the fact that I
Yeah.
play my games mostly on a PC.
Yeah.
Frame rates is kind of a big deal.
Matt, it wasn't
also,
like-
it's Ubisoft.
It wasn't that it was like widespread throughout the game. It happened to a lot of people, but it was a very small portion of the game.
But it's Ubisoft.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
I'm in
patched
the
now.
Ubisoft hate circle jerk, so
Yeah.
anyway. Anything else that we want to talk about? Because it's starting to get a
Yeah.
little bit long right now.
What I was going to
My
say two
throat's
things.
kind of done. If you guys
Yeah.
couldn't tell, I'm
Two
pretty
things.
sick. My throat is very.
One, I can acknowledge the fact that Ghosts was my fault because
Yeah.
I actually thought it would be decent because the fact that Black Ops 2 was actually a good game and like I was like, oh, I guess that I assumed they would follow the tradition. And the Ghost was just a total letdown and terrible game, and I think everyone can acknowledge it. I mean, Aaron was playing Ghost the other day, and I'm like, are you really doing this? He's like, don't laugh at me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to laugh at you. You're playing the terrible game. Secondly, I finally got around to finishing and playing most of Transistor the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've
game-
seen your several Twitter posts about how amazing the game is.
that game. I because it was free with PlayStation Plus for February, and I've played it this weekend, and it was just so good. Like, the music is the best part of the game. It is the best video game soundtrack I have heard ever, and it is just so stylized. And there's about 80 songs, and half of them have vocals, and they
More
are
than
just
Guitar
incredible
Hero?
to
No
listen to.
way.
Yeah, no, Matt, they are.
Yo, shout out
They are
to Guitar Hero. Oh, yo, shout out to what's the studio that makes
Transistor,
for Guitar Hero, because I remember going PAX last year.
Activision.
No, the developers.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
I remember because when we went to PAX before the Rooster Teeth panel, they were
Oh no, that's Harmonix. You mean Rock Band?
Oh wow,
Yeah, no.
might be.
Harmonix makes Rock Band. They are announcing a new Rock Band at PAX East. It's basically been confirmed.
Great.
Anyway,
What
Super
happened
Giant
to that
Games.
other? They were trying to make it like a music-based
Yeah, no, that already
shooter.
came out. That already came out.
And great.
It's on PC. It's like close beta.
Hmm.
Transistor, Super Giant Games. The vocals are by Ashley Barrett. It's just so amazingly beautiful listening to the music in that game. The story is fantastic. The voice acting is phenomenal. I haven't heard this good of voice acting in a long time. The gameplay is smart. You can either play it just straight up attacking, or you can do turn-based fighting, and it feels different every time because of the fact that you have different moves you can use and different functions, and you compare them together. Just a very unique game. The game will clock in probably like 6 to 8 hours, and it's not that long.
That's pretty solid, especially since if you are a PlayStation Plus, you get it for free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it was just such an experience, and I'd recommend it to everyone because it's a journey you have to experience.
Okay, I think I have it downloaded, but I hadn't played it, so I'm probably going to make time to play it this week.
Mm-hmm. And it's not that hard of a story to grasp, but it gets very deep, and it's just the game's ending. Like my jaw dropped, and I couldn't I actually started tearing up, and I was like, this is just crazy.
Yes.
But highly recommend everyone try the game out, especially since it's free and you can get it for free for the next few days till March 3rd, which I think Helldivers is actually going to be free for Plus, which is really cool.
Yes. And what games have you been playing, Daniel?
Mostly just GTA 5.
Oh yeah, that's the other game that you guys kept telling me to get. That's this game. It was like GTA 5.
You should get GTA 5 though.
And I won't because you just said
final thing we should talk about. There was a heist leak that came out today about heist content that's going to be in the heist. So people are assuming the heists are going to be out within the next week or two, because they haven't actually been talking about them after the PC release got delayed till the end of March.
Sad face.
And it's been over a month, and they just went silent after the heists were promised on release date for GTA 5 back in 2013. Then they were delayed to 2014 for next-gen versions. Then they were delayed again.
Wow.
And again.
And again.
Yeah. So the PC version is coming out March 24th.
And the next day. And
but
the next day.
The heist leaks, if these are true, they show a bunch of different new vehicles, including vehicles with guns on the back, a ton of new weapons, drills, thermite explosions, night vision goggles. It actually looks really cool. And apparently last gen's going to be getting an extra heist than this gen. I think they said there were going to be 5 next gen heists and 6 last gen heists.
Mods. What? I didn't say anything.
The PC version may get delayed again.
I don't care, because I will save myself for the PC version so I can play. Do you not remember the GTA 4 mods that came out?
No, they were really good, but do you want to play with friends?
Do
you want to play with friends?
See, now you're leveraging me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I want to play Density with friends? No, I did not. Actually, I played I played the alpha when that came out, and then I got beta codes, and then I never bought the game.
Yeah. I remember that. You were playing. I was over your house and you were playing the beta. You're like, I like this. I'm gonna get it, and then you never got it.
No, I was trying to convince myself that it was gonna be a good game, and then I realized, yeah, I'm not gonna get this. I'm never gonna play this kind of game. It's definitely not the kind of style of game. I love a story-based game. That's why I love Mass Effect is probably my favorite game franchise of all time, and that just it looks like such a letdown.
No, I think that if Destiny was able to achieve a good story, it's Bungie, and they somehow fucked up the story because they fired the writer, the lead writer for the Halo games, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna just scrap some stuff together, and the story that came out was just so not interesting and boring and not even complete.
I don't know I don't know at what point you think it's a good idea to just fire a writer who is doing this, and it's who's very known for doing.
They fired the guy who did all the music, and he was able to finish it for the game. But the music in Destiny is fantastic, and everything. Most of the stuff in the game is great, but the story is just so bad and not there. There's just nothing really there and interesting or compelling, and it's why should I care about this traveler and all this stuff that's happening? You don't give me a reason, and Peter Dinklage doesn't help with his voice acting, and it's what is the reason for all this?
Just because he gets that money.
And I feel if the game actually had a good story that was coherent and able to actually compel people to want to play this game and save Earth, then the game would have got really good reviews and would have been very well received. But
gameplay issues aside,
the gameplay runs very well.
It seems very repetitive to me, but to be fair,
that's an MMO.
MMOs do tend to be repetitive.
at launch are always repetitive. You gotta wait for post-game content, and then there's a lot.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't expect to have to pay for that. You kind of just expect it's gonna happen.
It depends.
Unless you're World of Warcraft and you just have a lot of money.
Yeah, I know. But this is what Bungie's going for, and I don't know. It's Activision, so you know.
Activision, they make the smartest ideas.
Yeah. Is that about it?
I think that should be about it.
Yeah, it's everything I got.
It's almost an hour and 45.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
thank you guys for tuning in to the first 3 Amigops podcast. We have a Twitter.
Twitter handles, the plugs.
Yeah, which is we have a Twitter for the podcast, which is at I believe it's at 3 Amigops.
No, it's at Amigops Podcast.
God, we
Oh,
just
yeah, it
made
might
this
be.
earlier
Sorry,
today.
It's at Amigops Podcast.
Yeah,
At-
you made the Twitter.
and
you
remember,
don't
it's
even
not
Yeah.
Amigos.
I
it's
made the Twitter and I
Amigops.
forgot what the username was.
It's
Go me.
Amigops, so it's Amigos with a P at the end. Cause,
Yeah,
you know,
shout-
Get the reference. You're amazing.
Yeah.
yeah, we love you as a person. Also,
Yeah.
if you want to individually follow us, what's you guys' Twitter handles? It's just fucking...
Yeah. And, okay, so,
Okay, thanks for
Way to
just
answer
blowing
the
off what I
I'm
just said.
Justin. Justin's iPod 3.
Justin's iPod 3.
Matt is at
Mine
Matty
is
Fredge.
at Matty Fredge, which is spelled
Yeah.
MATTYFREG.
And Danny is at Tusslefakis or
No, it's not. It's
Tusslefakis.
at Tusslefakis.
With
Yeah.
one S and one R.
It's
Yeah.
TUSS
And one L.
LL. Okay, it's at TUSSELLUFAKIS.
He didn't spell his name right.
9 out of 10 people mispronounce Tusslefakis.
Yeah, if you spell it right, good
Why
for you.
is it? Why is your username Tusslefakis? It's Tusslefakis, and it's a reference.
What reference is that?
Sesame Street, Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh. Who watched that as a kid?
Yeah.
No one.
Like, literally nobody watches Sesame Street anymore. I know I don't.
We also have an email at 3amigopspodcast@gmail.com.
We got an
She
email?
gets-
When did this
wow.
happen?
we
Yes.
have an email?
Yes.
When did
See-
you set this up?
So you could so you could send us feedback or questions there.
Damn, this is official.
Yeah. But it's been fun, guys. It
It
has.
had
has
fun.
been wonderful.
Yeah.
And
Even though I'm sick and my throat hurts like a motherfucker right now, I had fun.
Yeah.
yes.
Fun times at Ridgemont High.
Fun time.
Next week.
Next week.
Oh, I have a great idea that we should do, but we will
Yes.
talk about this at the podcast.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess that means we are done. Thank
Yeah.
you guys for listening in and tolerating us for the last almost 2 hours.
Thanks, guys.
And
Yeah.
I guess we'll see you next week, or you'll hear us next week. God damn it! I fucked
You
it
will.
up. Well, that's
will
it.
hear
No,
from us
That's it for the
next
podcast.
week.
Never coming back. I fucked up the ending. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Laters.